Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to my Flutter and Dart tutorials, and in this video we'll talk about something new which is coming. So I have switched to Flutter Master for the time being so that in this weekend I can show you some new features which are coming to Flutter SDK or the Dart SDK. So if you don't know that Dart 2.3 is bringing some new features so that you can make a better UI as a code. So for that purpose I have made this video so that before going to Dart 2.3 stable release, you should know that what are those features and how you can use them. And seriously guys, trust me, it will very helpful for you, because last I guess 2 months back I sat with the Dart team, and they asked me whether these features which I'm gonna talk about in this video can be helpful or not, because it was very important for them to understand if that will be easy or not. Or the second thing is that is it really makes sense to work on those kind of things. But trust me, these are the things which I personally feel that can be very helpful if you are writing Flutter apps every day, especially the UI thing, because we all know that in Flutter we have to do some nesting, and sometimes it feels like you have to write some boilerplate for few things which does not look good. So take a look at this video, watch this video properly, and try to understand that what were the things which we were doing in a different way, and now how we are approaching for them. So as you can see, this is a normal application where we have a just blank screen, and then in the home page I have this variable texts. So if you can see, this is the text, and then this is a boolean which is just saying that whether this device is iOS or not. So I am using basically I am using this foundation package where which gives me this default target platform thing, and I can check whether that target platform is iOS or not. Then in the init states, in the init state method, what I'm doing after the UI is built, I just want to print this text if it has some value or not. And then in the build method we have just a scaffold with an app bar and a body with a center widget. Okay, so now I'll just do a hot restart and Flutter null. So this text is basically null, so this is the null for that purpose, if you can see that. Yes, so now let's move ahead. So what I want in the center, I want a child which will be a column, and that will take a list of child or children. So what I want here, I want that I have this text. So this text is having three kind of widgets. One is the text widget which says Monday, okay, and the second one is Tuesday, Wednesday, and let's say Tuesday and Wednesday. So these are the okay, so these are the values this text or list have. Now what I want, I have one more widget here, let's say header, which is again a text that says weekdays, okay, and I'm gonna give it some style, text style, and color. No, let's give it a font which is 22, and font weight as font weight dot bold. Okay, so this is what we have. Okay, now similarly I have this header, I have this text, I have this header, and similarly I have this footer where I'm just saying that end. Okay, now what I want to show these three things in my this children. So what I can do, so this text has a list of text elements, and then I have this header, and then I have this footer. So what I want to arrange them in a manner that first it should be header, then it should be this text, and then it should be the footer. Okay, just for an example. And let's try this way. So what I'll do, rather than this children, I'll just write here text. So now if you'll see the UI, we have Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday here. But now what I need to do to actually add these header first and then the footer at the end. So one thing is that I can add here that dot add, once again, dot, oh, this text should be a list first of all, so let's make it a list rather than showing some errors. Okay, now what I want, it has this method, this add, where I can add something like the header. Okay, and now it will say that this is list dynamic is not a subtype of list widgets. So what I will do, I have to specify this. Okay, now you can see weekdays. Similarly, I can add the footer, which is again added. But the problem with this approach is that first of all I want the header as the first argument, or the first thing should be the header, then the text, and then the footer. So there are ways of doing this. So one is that we will make another list, new list, let's say, and then what we will do, we will let's say it's a new list like this, and then we will say new list dot add header, then we will say new lists dot add all, and this takes an iterable. Here we can add text, and then new list dot add and footer. So this is another way of doing this, and now I can just remove this because it looks ugly, and I can just say new list, and boom, it's again a problem because this is a variable of list where we are just saying. So I can do something like this and it should fix. So now we can see weekdays, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and end. It looks good, but the problem with this is that we are making unnecessarily a second list, which does not make any sense. I mean, it's just a boilerplate because we don't actually need this. We are just using this to have this particular new list here in the column, so that we can rearrange these things. Okay, there can be other ways to do this, but the concept of this video is not talking about the different ways of doing this, but to talk about what's new with Dart which can help in these kind of things. So now I will delete this thing, and now what I can do here, we can use something called spreads. So spreads is a new thing in Dart 2.3 which is upcoming, and it is available right now in the Flutter master. But what is spreads? Spreads is these three dots. Okay, so what you can do with these three dots is that you can add a list and you can append the values to a list. So let me just show you from an example. So for the time being, let me replace it with the text. So what I'm gonna do for the time being, here I'm gonna write variable a, or it's a list again, and I'll write something here 1 and 2. Then I have variable b, let's say, and then I will write 4 and 5. Okay, and now I have a variable c which I want that it should be 0 1 2 3 4 5. Now this is the same concept. I want 0 on the beginning, then somewhere in the between I want 3, and then I want to add this 1 2, and after 3 I want to add 4 and 5. So this is what I want, right? And I want to use this a and b. I don't want to make this a separate, like using this add and adding a, then b in between adding b. So how spread can help us? So if we are using spread, then I can add 0 comma, and this is 3 dots we can use, and then I can use a, and then comma, then I can write 3, then comma, and then I can add dot 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 and b. So now if I'll just print c, then this is my console, and I'll just do a hot restart, and you can see now. So if you'll see here 0 1 2 3 4 5, and this is what I wanted, right? So this is how this spread can help us. So similarly, what I'll do here in the column part where we are just showing text, what I'll do, I'll make this list, and then I'll add the header, which makes sense, and then for the text I will add these 3 dots, and I can use the text, and then for the footer I'll directly use the footer, and boom. So this is what we want, and this spread can be very useful for us. Now let's say we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, okay, and let's say we have something called, okay, so we have Monday, Tuesday, let's leave it like this. But then I want that, you know, from A, which is 1 and 2, I just want something which is an even number. Okay, so let's append it more. Let's say 1 2, we can add something like 6 7 8. Okay, so now if we will look here, then it is 0 1 2 6 7 8 3 4 5. Now what I just want that from A, I just want to add those numbers who has which is divisible by 2, let's say, okay, or the even number. So I can just write map here. I can say S, okay, and let's say S, and then if S module 2 is equal to 0, then only I want something. So now if you see, then 0 false, true, 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 true. So okay, it's giving me the result if it is returning true or false, which exactly I don't want. And what I want here, so this is the true and false for all the numbers a dot map, and it is returning me this particular thing. So which means that, you know, you are adding integer as well as booleans to this list, and which is fine. So now what I want, rather than all of these, I want something like if I can do some operations to them. So let's say not this, I can just say, let's say, okay, S plus 1. Okay, now if I'll go there, then we can see 0 2 3 7 8 9 3 4 5, correct. But the thing which I want to show you, if and else thing, that if it is divisible by 2 or not, that I'll just talk about after some time, because there is a different concept for that, which I'll just show you, because it will be a part of collection 4. So right now we are just talking about spread. So this is how you can like add the numbers to this list using this map method directly here. So the only thing which I wanted to show you this. So now I'll just remove this part. Okay, so this is how you will use spreads, and as you can see, this looks much better, and it's much cleaner, and this is how we can do things right now. After this particular thing, after this is what happened. Now I want that if this is an iOS device, then I want to show an Android icon of the iOS plus icon, let's say. So what I can do here, so in the children, obviously we cannot do much stuff, but if I want to show an icon here, if it is an Android device or iOS device, then, you know, there is only one way of doing this in Flutter, which is using conditional operator. Otherwise you have to do somewhere here, you have to make a method, or you have to write some logic here. But if you want to do something directly here, then you have to check, let's say, is iOS, we have this variable, and if it is there, then we want to use an icon here, which is, let's say, Cupertino icons dot and add. But if it is not iOS, then let's say we will tell it null. Then if I'll just write this, then it's looking good. But what if it is let's say if it is not iOS, then I want to show this, then it will give me an error, because now this null is called, okay, and whenever there will be null, then there will be some error. The way of fixing is that rather than null, we can use a blank container, or like this, or maybe some offstage. This is how I used to do things, and then again it will not be a problem. Or if you just want it to be null, then we have to write a check after this, that dot where w, which is for widget dot widget is not equal to null dot toList. So now if I'll run this, then it will work fine, because I'm just checking that every widget should not be equal to null. then only you will return the list. So this is one way of doing this. But what if I have to add only one check, that if it is iOS then only use something, or then only write a particular widget? Then let's delete it first of all, and let's change it to off stage. Now there's one more problem, that I have to use this conditional operator only. I don't have any other option. What I can do is that I can call a method, let's say build iOS icon, and then in this method I have to write some logic with if and else, that build iOS icon, and here I can write some logic. Let's copy this like this, and here I can write some logic. If iOS is iOS, then return something like what we can return, let's say icon Cupertino icons dot add. So this is what we can do. Now you can see we have this particular thing. Now if it is not iOS, then what will happen? Then again we will see this error because we are not returning anything. So in this place we can return off stage, so something like this. So this is the another way of doing things. So now I want to make it even simpler. So what I can do, so now we can with this new upgrade of Flutter, we can use collection if. Okay, so right here what we need to do, we can just use if is iOS, is iOS, then what I want to add the iOS icon. So I will just say icon Cupertino icons dot add, and that's it. If you see, we have this icon. If let's say if we are saying it is not equal to iOS, then the icon is gone, no errors, nothing, and it looks much cleaner. But you have to see that it can only have one line, it cannot have these kind of braces. Let's say if I want to write something like this, then it will give me an error because you cannot use braces with this. So this is how you can use this if operator. And then we will move to something like if it is does not have something. Let's say if it is iOS, then we want to show this icon. Then what if you say that I want to add the else statement as well, but then either you have to use the ternary operators, or with the new syntax what you need to do is you can directly use else as well. Else, and I can use something like icons material, or let's say material icons, so icons dot add, and boom. So now what I'll do, I'll change this to, let's say, Android, and now if I'll just do a hot restart, then you can see we have this material icon plus. This is not an iOS icon anymore, or so this is the difference. Now I'll go back to iOS, I'll do a hot restart, and then you will see the icon has changed to the iOS icon. So these are the things which you can do. Now you can have if else in between this widget hierarchy, and this looks pretty fine, right? This looks pretty good. And so this spreading is the one thing, and second thing is this collection if. So this is spreading you must have seen in JavaScript as well, because JavaScript also use the same concept. If you're from Python or Ruby background, then we use star there to represent these kind of things. So this is the second thing which I wanted to talk about. Then there is something called collection for. Now let's say that rather than showing one icon, that if it is iOS, I understood that I have to add, if I have to add one icon, then it is fine. But let's say if it is iOS, I want to build 3 widgets or 4 widgets, then what would be the better way of doing this? So one thing is that if it is again, we will make a separate method, and then we will add few things to that method, and blah blah blah. That will be so many things. And what I don't want right now is that I don't want to go through that method building stuff. I just want to see if I can directly add something here. So again, you can use this spreading thing, and what you can do, you can use these three dots, and then you can use this brackets here and something like this, and you can see that we still have the same thing. We didn't get any error. Now it will give us another list. Okay, this will append another list to this particular list, which is header, text and footer. And now I can just copy this and add multiple more icons like this and this, and I will just write, let's say, back, and then what icons we have, let's say battery, and you can see. So if it is iOS, then it will show these icons, else if it is Android, let's add Android icons, list of icons we are talking about here. So if we have backspace, let's say arrow back, okay, this will be good. Battery, okay, battery charging, okay, fine. Now okay, so but there's a difference. Now you can see that we are adding this in this list, not this. So we don't want to show them if it is iOS, so, or if this is Android, so we will just add this, which we are missing right now, and boom, so it is gone. Now if I change it back to Android, then if I'll just do a hot restart, then you will see the icon has changed to Android ones. And if I go back to iOS, then the icons, I'll just do a hot restart and see the icons. Okay, this is changed to the iOS ones. Okay, so this is the concept behind this different kind of collection if and for. And then we can do something more than this. We can compose elements, we can write something like this, which I'm gonna show you. So now let's say I want, after this particular thing, I just want that I have numbers, okay, where let's try something like this. So let's delete this piece of code. So I'm gonna have a list, this text, okay, which is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, correct. Now what I want to add some numbers to this list. Okay, so what I want a for loop inside this. So inside this list you can add for loop with Flutter now. So I can just say for variable x in, and I can write let's say Thursday, Friday, Saturday. What happened? Okay, Thursday, Friday, we have to use this Friday, and then Saturday, and then we can add Sunday. Okay, so what I want to print this X for all this list. Okay, so now if I'll do something like this, this is what we have, and then this for loop is basically will go through all the X, and then it can add this X. Okay, so what I need to do here, I have to write this X, I guess. No, okay, so this is what we have. Now what I have to do to make this possible is that after this we have to write let's say X, because we have X here. Yes, we have X, and because the element type string can't be assigned to the list type widget. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll add this text as well, because this is what is needed, not that. Okay, now we need this with everything. This is what we are missing. This is what I need. Okay, so this is what I have now. Text, 1 second guys. So now you can see that what I did in this text widget, we used a for loop inside this, and we are printing X. So now you can see here we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So this is the thing with this text. Okay, now if I just go here, if I try to refresh this, and then we can see that our text has Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then what we can do, we can also check if let's say after that we can check if x dot, let's say if this is the x, then we can check something like if this x, let's make it a string, or if it's a text, so x dot data dot starts with s. Okay, then only do this. Then you can see that we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, Sunday. So a lot of things we can do inside this list only, and this is how we do use something called comprehensions in Python. So this is the same thing. And then similarly we can here, what we can do, we can remove this part from here. Now this is what we have. Now after all of this, let's say we want to add the remaining days. So what I'll do, I'll remove this footer from here. We have some icons, and then below this we can write something like this, and then we have Saturday, Sunday. It is not part of the text anymore. If I'll just hot restart this, so you can see that it is not the part. Text is only Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but now we added few more things to this particular thing, and we can use the if x and all that stuff here as well. So now you can see how much cleaner this UI code is right now, and these are the new things which came with this new Dart 2.3 and or will be coming with this stable version. So this is what we call composing elements. This is the way of composing elements, or you can say the way of writing things in Python as comprehensions. So I hope that you enjoyed these kind of things which is coming with Dart 2.3. So I hope you enjoyed this video as well. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you are not the subscriber. And this code is also pushed to the GitHub, so check the link in the description, and also make sure to press the bell icon to get future updates for next amazing videos with Flutter and Dart and Python, Django and all that. Thank you guys. Bye bye, take care.